How's Take on Sports. I apologize for last week not actually having an episode. I was kind of sick and going through a lot of stuff here at home, and I'm still just kind of coming out of a cold right now, so bear with me as I get through this, and hopefully we'll get back on track. And next week we'll be back to full strength. And actually next week we're going to have a new background, new lighting. Hopefully you'll hear a better sound as well. Same camera, same face, sorry about that. But hopefully it'll be better, you'll enjoy it, and let's start. This week we're going to talk about the San Antonio Spurs run, T.O. getting cut by an IFL team, the Boston Mount Rushmore Sports, the stat of the week, and finally the mascot of the week. So we start off talking about the San Antonio Spurs. Once again, they are proving that you don't count the Spurs. Manu Ginobili got healthy at the right time. Tony Parker, one of the best seasons in his career. And Tim Duncan leading the Spurs to the best record in the NBA, tied for the best record in the NBA. They finished the season 10 straight wins. And so far, they are 9-0 in the playoffs. They routed the Jazz and the Clippers, both 4-0 in the first two rounds of the playoffs. And they're 1-0 right now over Oklahoma City. And this was one of my picks. I don't know if you remember earlier in a few episodes ago that I picked San Antonio and Oklahoma City to play in the Western Conference Finals for the right to play Miami Heat from the Eastern Conference, which Miami has beaten Boston in the first game of their series in the Eastern Conference Finals. So it looks like it's shaping up just to be just like I said, the Spurs in Oklahoma City. And honestly, Oklahoma City, really young, can run up and down the floor. The Spurs can run up and down the floor, might not be able to keep up with Oklahoma City overall. So we'll see. Next up, Terrell Owens. Wow, Terrell Owens, you've been given so many opportunities to do the right thing and to do it well with your God-given amazing talent of catching the football and running after the catch. This guy is a beast, but guess what? He can't keep his head straight. Before the season started, he had come back from injury and he had surgery to repair it, and told everybody he was perfectly healthy to start the season, so anybody wanted to sign him could. He signed with the Allen Wranglers of the Indoor Football League in hopes, was also given partial ownership, in hopes of kind of resurrecting himself and hopefully getting a phone call from an NFL team. Well, guess what? 8 games in, they have cut him. Cut ties with him totally, taken away his ownership part in the Allen Wranglers of the Indoor Football League. Through 8 games, he had 420 yards and 35 catches and 10 touchdowns. This guy is the second all-time leading receiver in NFL history. Terrell Owens, man, I don't know what you've done with your career. You have put up some amazing numbers, but you are a head case, and I feel bad for any former teammates and former coaches. The Boston Mount Rushmore Sports. This would have to be, honestly, one of the toughest Mount Rushmore sports I've had to do. Few guys, quite a bit of guys stood out, but you only have 4 spots up there, and I didn't want to share any of the spots, so here goes. Ted Williams, number 1, a Hall of Famer. Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox, if you don't know who that is. A Hall of Famer, lifetime 344 hitter, 521 homers, 17-time All-Star, and a 2-time MVP. This guy actually lost 3 years while battling the war as well, so that's quite amazing. The second person on there, a lot of people will like and dislike Tom Brady. Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, former 7th round pick of New England Patriots. 40,000 passing yards all time. He's actually got 24 yards shy of that right now. He's a 2-time MVP, a 3-time Super Bowl champ while playing at 5 altogether. Next, Larry Bird, Larry Legend of the Boston Celtics. A 12-time All-Star, a 3-time NBA champ, and a 3-time MVP. He's a Hall of Famer. Many people consider him to be one of the best basketball players in history. And as we remember, if you do remember, he had some of the best matchups in NBA history against Magic Johnson in those NBA Finals back in the 80s. The Boston Celtics against the LA Lakers. Larry Bird. The last person on here was really tough. I had lots and lots of names to go through, but ultimately the guy that won out was Raymond Bork of the Boston Bruins. I ended up covering all sports: football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Raymond Bork played 21 seasons in the NHL. He was a 19-time All-Star. He's 11th all-time leading scorer, a Hall of Famer, and he's won 5 Defenseman of the Year awards. He didn't win in Boston a title, but in 2001, his last season, he actually won an NHL Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche, so he went out on top. But ultimately, he'll still end up on the Boston Mount Rushmore sports because that's where his career was made. Our stat of the week goes back to the San Antonio Spurs run right now. So far, like I said, they're 9-0 in the playoffs. And by the way, add that up, they've won 19 straight games, which is amazing considering the team they are right now. 9-0 in the playoffs. If they were to win out, they would have the best record in playoff history in the NBA. Right now, currently, this is your stat of the week, the LA Lakers in 2001, best playoff record ever, 15-1. So even if the Spurs trip up, lose one game, but still win out, they can tie that. And ultimately, they went out, obviously, they can beat that. Our mascot of the week, the Southern Illinois Saluki. This is actually one of the schools that allowed me to take classes there, so I appreciate that. And the Southern Illinois Salukis, you see it up there right now. Thank you, Emily. She was the one who recommended the Southern Illinois Salukis. Great mascot, and that's it. Folks, I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you watching. We have over 1,000 total hits, which to me is amazing that many people are watching what I'm doing, and I really appreciate that. And hopefully you'll keep watching, you'll keep recommending it, and you'll keep sharing it with your friends. And with that, we'll see you next week. Bye.